insert in books, then subsequent other tables. So first try to identify, describe book. If I type, so if I say go, I will see that what in what flow the values are inserted. So first is book ID, title, publisher name, publisher year. Okay, so insert into book values. The first is book ID. So book ID write as 1010, comma, next is the book title. Book title should write in single quotes. Maybe in the some if or just write ATC. Then next is publisher. Publisher also should be with respect to what name you have already given in publisher, followed by year. So when I execute this, okay, I'm getting an error that foreign key or primary key values are missing. So let me copy this first. So I will try to display first what are the values in the other table, like publisher. So from publisher table, I need to display accordingly the name of the publisher. Okay, so let me see, describe book. So when I try to write del here and I press OK, del is also not working, or else I will just copy this and run, see how is the flow. Book ID, publisher name is the third. Okay, so I need to understand in what way I am trying to display the tables. Let's start from publisher. So depending on the values of publisher only, I am trying to insert the values. Okay, so let me insert this. So let me take this as 2001. So again, there is a problem. Child or update a child record, a foreign key constraint fails. So child records are throwing me a problem. Again, there is a problem. First, try to understand what are the different so in book, what are, do I have any other values? Okay, excellent is also there. So in publisher, and you know why this is throwing an error. Okay, then try to insert into book values 1000 Alright, 4 ones followed by maybe ABC. Then here maybe something like 201. Again, there's a problem.
Sir,
Insert,
everything should be
yes,
in quotes, sir. Then it will work.
nothing like that. All integer. No, integer also should be in. No, no, integer will be outside only, no?
No, sir. If we use like that, it will take, sir.
It's nothing like that, bro. Integer should be outside only, no? Integer can be inside, no problem. Any space I left out for entering the value, that's what I'm wondering. No. Normally that will not happen, but still, why the thing is this? Let me check it again. For table structure, I say relation view, not getting the relation here. Okay, so let's start from publisher. EXEL I do have. But when I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to check the first describe book. If I check what is the flow, publisher name is third one, correct only. Okay, so let's start from book. If I write, I do have okay. So insert into book values. First one is book ID. This ID is not there, I know. Then next one is book title, SSD. Next is the name. Next I will take is 2002 is the book. Sharia. Why it is creating a problem again? Insert into book. Okay, I will do one thing. Okay, I will do from the beginning if not. So I will start one, create one database, then see how it works. Okay, so let me come back to the new database. So create one database, say, or I will write sample database, say create. So now I will start creating tables in this. Create. First I should create publisher table. In publisher table, first I have name, where char of 15, primary key, followed by what? Publisher, publisher address, so where char of say 10 something, then phone, say int of 10. So when I execute this table created, then I will create one more table, create table. Next table is book. Is it book or book authors? Correct? Book author, that name. Is that the procedure is? Okay, so let me see your table, how it is. Okay, publisher, name, address, book, book authors, book ID, book name. Okay, so first I need to create book first. Okay. So book author will be created just later. So I will, so book will comprises of book ID, publisher name, and publication year. Okay, book, you have the ID, int, primary key, followed by the next one is title, var of 10, then followed by publisher name of, was it 15 or 10? Describe the, okay, it was 15. So 15 followed by is what? Year. Publication year, so I will write P year. I will write int of 4. So before I write, I will write foreign key of P name references referencing to publisher table. From publisher table it is name. So on delete set none. Yes, creation is done. Everybody are looking into the video, right? So next I need to create which table? Book authors table. Okay, so create table book authors. In this I need to have book ID, ID int, and book ID is again author name. Author name is just a name, a varchar and foreign key of BKID is table. Book table, what is that? BID. Okay, so I will write as on delete set null. I will set the constraints while I'm inserting only, so that creating only, so that if there are any problems later on I can fix it without any issues. So next I have library branch. So branch ID, branch name, address. Create table L branch, say L LBID int, then branch name, rename, var of say 10, say address, var of 10 followed by, this should be a primary key, no? So primary key here, and I will write close this and put a semicolon. Okay, so next two tables are left, so I will write book copies first. So create table book copies. So when I'm creating book copies, I need book ID and branch ID. So begin ID int b will be ID int book ID, branch ID, and copy. So both two are foreign keys here, so we need to have them correspondingly. Foreign key of BKID, references book should be from book table, book BID. So on delete set null. If I don't set now, there will be certainly problem. So BKID so here last one is foreign key. Foreign key of LBID, references which table? Library branch, so LBID. So on delete set. We'll set these constraints and see what happens. Okay, there's some error here. Sorry, it should be LBID. So it is the ID. Now let me run. Okay, the ID doesn't exist in the table. Okay, let me, so copy this and describe book table. So let me see, what do I have here? BID in book table. So bkid int references book of book id, it should be, it is correct. Foreign key of, this is bkid. Okay, this is lbid. lbid. Now let me see, will this work? Yes, certainly worked. Now lastly I have book lending table. So create table lend. In book lend I have book id, branch id, card number, date of due date. 4 I have. Let me copy this for my instance. So book id was bkid int, then branch id is lbid space int, card number was int, date as the data type. Now let me write the foreign keys. Foreign key is id, says book, I have the id. On delete. Lastly I have foreign key of lbid references lbid on delete set. Now if I press go, okay, when I see the structure, all the tables are created. Okay, now let me insert in each of those tables, insert into publisher. So how do I have in publisher? Publisher is name, phone name, address, phone number. So name, let me take it as SS, then address maybe something like this, then number something like this. Okay, so let me insert this. Okay, without any problem. Say OS, the next publisher name, publisher place maybe DWD, phone number something like this. All the integer should be outside the quote, then it will take. Alright, so if I do it again, okay, let me take one more record. So let me write another name in this. Then 3 values we get here. Okay, so After inserting in one table, I'll go to insert in the next table, insert into next. I will go with the book table, book values. The first is book ID, so 100 will be my book name. Then title may be something like BB. Publisher name is SS. Sorry, SS in quotes. Then here, let me try this. Yes, it's working out now. So let me write, this is one case. The second case is this SSS. Say this is 2. Oh my god, this foreign key is not working. Okay, it was just OS. Yes, it worked out. So in the same, I will try to enter in a different way. Okay, I will try to enter some more records like this. So I will write the OS, something like that. Then, okay. So 5. Let me take this as okay. After this, shall I go with the next insertion? Insert into so in book I have just two things. Book ID and book authors. So 100 was the first. Book author may be something like SS, some just name. Okay, book value is not taken. Okay, it should be book author. Okay, now yes, it will take. So insert into book. Sorry. So values maybe the 102 comma PP is the name. Okay. So yes, and insert in the same way. Insert into author values 103 GG, just a simple name. Then I try to insert. Okay, so let me go with another table. So insert into L branch values. So in L branch I have three things. ID name, so let me take it as 1. Branch name may be something like this. Then I will write address something like this. Three things. Okay. Yes. Then next I will take this as 2. This I will write something like this. Okay. So I will try to write some more data. Okay. So after this, let me move on by inserting the data in book copies. So insert into book copies values. First is book ID. So 100 I had given. Branch ID was 1. Then number of copies maybe 25. Yes, it's done. So let me change the value, maybe 2, this maybe 20. Yes, I'm done with that. So let me insert some other values. So I will try to insert some more values. So I think 4 is not there. Let me try. This is 2, maybe some 40. No. So this is some other book. So let me write like this. And finally I have book lending book. So when I am done with book lending, almost all the insertion and creation is done. So insert into book lend values. So it should be branch ID maybe 1 comma 100 comma card number maybe something like this. So date format was something else. 2020 hyphen 10 class, and then let me continue this same way. So this is last 15 days, so let me write as 24. So I'll copy this for my future reference. Okay, there's some problem. Book ID is throwing one error. Describe book lend if I write. I'm writing, okay, book ID. Sorry, book ID is first, then the branch ID. I'm so sorry. This should be 100. Then this should be like this. Now if I run, yes, I'm able to run that without any problem. So this I will take it as 1, this I will take it as 2, then this may be like 3 or any other card number. Yes. So I'm able to do that without any problem. Okay. So take this. Okay. Go through card number. Let me have some other value like 3. Then let me see if it pops up this. Record I will insert and close the insertion. Okay. Okay, so all the values are inserted now. So from the first table, let me start displaying. So select start from okay. So all the tables are here displayed. After publisher, I'll go with book. So sorry, I'm so sorry. This should be some color. So let's start displaying. So after book, let me go with book. Yes, sorry, this should be some color. Okay. The quarters are also displaying. So select start from Del branch. Is Del branch? Yes. Del branch is also displaying the records from book. Okay. So after this, I have bookland. So okay, so these are the all the values we have been inserted for all the things. Okay. Have you everybody seen how to insert and create all the records? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now those who have not done can look into each and every uh, information and they can do it. I will do one thing. I will upload two records of the classes in the Google Drive and share that link with you people. If you have any more doubts, you can run the video and get complete the task. Okay, Rishabh, are you there? Rishabh, Priyanka, you're there? Okay, so what you guys do, complete all the tasks by how much time you want to complete all this? Rishabh, Priyanka, others, give me a date. 3 days. If you don't have manual, you would have faced lot much of problem. No, you have everything in front of you, but still, if you don't want to do, what am I supposed to do? Tell. Yeah, Priyanka, how much time you want to complete this?
Okay, tomorrow we will see.
Okay, tomorrow is Wednesday. No, okay, submit by Saturday. Okay,
Okay, sir.
inform everyone to complete. See, one personal interest is from my side. If you are not understanding, let me know. I will teach you again and again. But having the other intention of not to submit, please don't tell that you guys have not understood. It's not a right thing to say. If you are not understanding, let me know. Okay,
Okay, sir.
you are here to learn, right? Know the things. If you don't want to learn and leave it, so I cannot help it out. You inform your friends, either they complete or let them quit from my class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Any other things? If you have any doubts, we'll continue in the next class. Okay, if you have any other queries, we can discuss, else you guys can leave. Okay, Amit, you have something to say?
Sir, can't we use ignore command, sir?
We can use, but basic level telling about ignore and restrict will be a problem to all of one, so I'm not using them.
Sir, I tried ignore, but it told ignore is not a command, sir.
Ignore some, we cannot use everywhere. Ignore has to be used to certain things.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I used in insert command, insert or ignore, sir.
If it is an error, definitely it will throw an error. Not why to ignore. It will, if the records are correct, it will insert, else it will throw an error. Why to say ignore again?
No,
Yes or
sir.
no?
If we use ignore if the primary key is repeated again, it will not consider it. No,
Anyhow, it will not consider. Why to break our heads
means
by
it will
saying?
give error. If we use ignore, it will not give any error, but it will not consider error at all.
Okay, something like that. No problem. But normally what happens in even these basic level work you will not do in companies. You will do all front end work. Okay, all say when I go to SQL, when I say browse, see you have so many things now. Here I will be having so many advanced tools. In IT sectors, you have all advanced tools. So when you say book here, you have records here. No, you can click on this and automatically update here. Understanding? You can do things in GUI, not required of any command oriented. But if there are any problems arriving, to fix the problem, you should know the syntax. Okay. So I go on with telling the command oriented. Okay, if there is anything, let me know, else we'll continue in next class. Anybody have any